Hey guys, Planet Everything here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make it look like you are in another room of some sort using a green screen and making it look semi-realistic. So, in this video, I'll be showing you how to do something like this.
Hi, I'm Ronald McDonald.
And I'm Bugs Bunny.
And welcome to Planet Everything News.
And that will be achieved using a green screen. Now, it can be another color, but the reason people use green screens is because from an evolutionary standpoint, people have been able to detect green better than other colors. So, in a normal sensor, you're going to get a pattern that has an RGB, but instead of it being a third red, a third blue, and a third green, it's 50% green, 50% blue, 50% red, and these are pixel sensors. So like you'll be able to see 50% more green than any other color, which is pretty impressive. You'll be able to see 100% more green than any other color. So that's why a green screen is the best choice. Now, if you don't have a green screen, you can use blue. But I'm using green because it's the one that you probably should be using for the best results. And let's hop into it. You're gonna want a green screen. So I always just use a green screen wall, but you're gonna want a green screen that looks something like this, and you're gonna want at least 2 lights. Now, whether or not that's like a phone light, a flashlight, I don't care, but you can use whatever kind of lights you'd like. The main thing is you want one light behind your camera and you want one light from the side view so that you're gonna get rid of most of these shadows back here. Now once you've done that, you should have a light over here and a light in front of you. And then once that's like that, you should be completely capable of just standing in front of your wall, talking, doing your thing, making it look like you're in some kind of other room or place. It's a lot easier to make it in another room because being outside, it just won't look real because there's wind, there's ambient noise, and your voice isn't going to fit in quite as well as if you were in another room, which will work the best. So green screens are pretty simple to use, just using a chroma key filter on Final Cut Pro and then adjusting the edges so that you don't have fuzzy hair or something like that with green in it. And once you do that, you should have a pretty good looking image, and then you can go on to a couple different resources. I guess I have green pants on right now, so this is gonna look kind of weird, but you can go on to a couple different resources, one of which being Storyblocks. I am not really a subscriber to Storyblocks, but they do have a whole lot of stuff on there, a whole lot of different rooms that you can use for green screen settings, and such as newsrooms, which is really, really helpful to have. And in general, Storyblocks has got a lot of stuff for you to use for creative purposes such as this. So that's probably what I'll be using in this background for. I'm not sponsored by Storyblocks at all. I just think that they're actually a pretty good resource for most things videoing. Now, if you want to have something you're going to interact with in your virtual environment, like a desk or something, you're going to want a desk right here. But if you actually want a desk, you need to make sure that the desk is going to be at a level with your lens. And that's so that the parallax angle of your camera coming up from the thing isn't actually blocking out, so that light coming into your camera sensor isn't blocking off your arms like in a tilt at all. So if you want a desk in your frame, you need a flat desk that is level with your lens, and you can just put your hands on it and you should have no problem cutting it out. If you have like a fisheye lens or something like that, and maybe use like an anamorphic correction or something like that online to fix that. But for now, I'm just using like a 35 to 105 lens, so, or 18 to 105, right? Yeah. 24 to 104, I think. Okay, yeah. Anyway, That's the basic necessities of how to use a green screen to make a virtual room that you can interact with somewhat. And now this is using, I use Final Cut Pro for this. Honestly, it doesn't completely matter what software you use to make a green screen effect. You're really not gonna be getting, unless you're like a master of green screen, you can get the same results out of Final Cut Pro, if not better, than Premiere Pro or After Effects. So personally, I just use Final Cut Pro because I'm not really all that great at Premiere Pro and After Effects. It just takes me longer to use those. But in general, you can get similar results from either platform. Unless you want to make, I guess there are a lot more options on Premiere Pro and After Effects just for the actual virtual backgrounds itself and your interaction with them, but in general, Final Cut Pro will work just fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and also please share it with your friends because, you know, sharing is caring.